It's paint time. Actually, it's time to wipe it down, but I'm not gonna make you guys watch me wipe this thing down. So it's all bagged up, everything's good. Had primer just inside the jamb because there was some damage. So I went ahead and based that last night. I had the back hinge off of the door and had it propped out so I could get it. I was concerned that enough wouldn't drift in there because that's a pretty tight door gap. Not so bad there, but it's tight when it gets down there. And then I want to kind of go over something real quick with you guys. All the body work or primer work is finished in 600, and then the rest of the panels are sanded in 800. But if you look at this, I call this the cloud. So if you can see through the edges and they're nice and transparent for the most part, I mean, if it's not perfect, you can see the direction I sanded this. So it's just real faint on the edge. That's what you need. It's more, you're able to see it better where there's orange peel, because it's just shows a more pronounced look. But as long as those edges are real light and fuzzy like that, you're good to go. Same thing with these guys up here. I'm gonna try and get away without putting any sealer. I couldn't find any breakthroughs where I was seeing base coat, but I'm gonna go light with the first layer of base. So I'm gonna wipe this down one more time, and I'm gonna show you what I'm using here today as far as paint. And then I'm probably going to do a voiceover on this video for you guys. There it is, code PDT. It's Chrysler Dark Titanium Metallic. And I already have some in a SATA RPS cup there from the other day painting the bumper. I have half a quart left, which will make 1 quart plus that. So we should be good to go. This here is my blending clear to put on the panel so that my base coat has something nice to fall into so it doesn't show a halo. Because I haloed this thing the first time I painted it and I didn't know about that, and I've gotten pretty decent with it, so hopefully that'll do the trick. And then for the clear, we're going to use the SPI Euro 2020 and mix it 4:1 with 1 part reducer. You can mix it up to 4:1 to 3, but I sprayed the bumper with it 4:1 to 1, and I honestly don't think I would want to put much more reducer in it. It sprays thick. It doesn't feel like a thick viscosity product, but it sprays thick. So they claim 4:1 to 1 is the way to go for a more mill build. I think this is like 50. It's over 50% solids. I just don't know the exact percent. So reducing it a little bit's not going to kill it. It's still going to be more than a high medium solids when you're done with it. I might try spraying it 4:1 on a bumper or something sometime, but I don't want to risk it. 4:1 to 1 sprayed nice. Slow activator and slow reducer in that. So I will bring you guys back when it's time to shoot the paint. Alright, it's base coat time, and I got the SATA 3000 HVLP gun that I normally use, 1.3 tip, and probably shooting this at about 25, 26, 27 pounds. I'm not sure exactly where I had it set. This is a dark, sort of a chocolate brown gray metallic with real small flake in it, so I don't want to I don't really have to worry about spraying it too high a pressure. If I spray it too high, it will probably make it too light. That makes the metallic stand up. So first coat of base coat here I put on really fairly light. You see me kind of going over the repair more than once there, but I'm feathering the trigger on the gun so that not much material is coming out, and that sort of helps with edge mapping and any areas you might have a cut through on. You might be able to see a darker gray sealer spot right over the body line, right where I'm about to paint there, and I did have a cut through that I found, so I just sort of put a little bit of sealer over that to make sure. If you put it on light enough, you shouldn't have problems. Also, activating your base coat. Most base coats have an activator that you can use with them, and they're mostly isocyanate activators, just like a Clearcoat.
and that helps with that sort of thing, but the truth of the matter is you shouldn't have any cut throughs. Your primer should have been out far enough onto your sanded paint that you only had a thin edge to block down to feather it out. Another thing that I kind of make sure I do on my first coat is get the offsets inside the fenders or quarter panels or wheel openings, whatever you want to call them, door edges. Make sure they're covered on that first coat, so if for some reason on subsequent coats I don't get enough material in there, I know that it's dark and the primer is hidden. So I went off camera and probably put another coat of base down and kind of skipped ahead to this. Once the repair is hidden, I used my Technopro light with the T20 air cap and some clear base coat binder or blending clear, whatever you want to call it, intercoat clear, and that goes over the area that will be the blend, so that when I start to drift my color away from the hidden repair area, that the base coat has something to land in that's smooth and doesn't have a scratch in it, and that's what the blender's for. So once I start to blend this out, I kind of do it in a couple steps. I will step it out from the repair, so I'll go over the whole repair one more time and go maybe 2 or 3 inches past the repair with my color and start flicking it out. You can see I'm sort of fanning the gun back and forth and not holding it completely perpendicular to the panel, and that's okay. And this first blend, I've gone pretty much to the edge of the door handle, maybe a little shy of it, where you can see the door handle opening on the sliding door there. And same thing on the back. I don't know why I put blender on the back, because it really doesn't matter. It matches up to a tail light, and there's no, I suppose there's nothing for it to show a poor blend to, but I guess it's just force of habit for me. Once I started using the Intercoat Clear or Base Coat blender, I make sure that I put it over anything that's just sanded paint. So there's the blend coat, and I was probably fairly happy with it. I don't see any halo or lines in the door, so we're going right to the clear with the Iwata LPH 400. And I hope you guys don't get tired of me yakking during these videos, but like I said, I screwed this one up, and I had the radio cranked up in the background while I was spraying, so I had to get rid of the audio, and instead of smashing in 10 minutes of music into this video, I decided that we'll talk a little bit about how I'm doing things. I'm only 5'10", and I don't have real long arms, so I need a step stool, and I need a good vantage point to see what I'm doing. You might also notice that I've stepped up my game and spent $10 on an LED headband with a light on it, and I can actually see things a little bit better in my shop that's poorly lit with old fluorescent 4-tube fixtures. So if you guys are dealing with that, it helps spray and clear. Base coat, I don't know that it really helps you all that much unless you're painting in a closet. But this is just the start of the first coat here. This is, I believe, like I explained in the beginning of the video, this is Southern Polyurethane's Euro 2020 Clearcoat, which is a 4-to-1 clear coat that you can use up to 3 parts of reducer with, in addition to the standard mix of 4-to-1. This is the first thing I've painted with this clear coat, and with some help of the guys on the SPI forum online, they sort of set me in the right direction with some starter ideas for gun setup for this. That gun I'm using does have the silver cap and the 1.4 tip, and I'm probably spraying it about 24 to 26 psi. This, even though it doesn't appear to be, this is a high solids clear. It's in the mid 50s or almost maybe 60% solids, and it doesn't appear to be when you stir it up. It's not super thick like some of the clears with all the fillers in them and things like that, but it takes a little bit more air pressure to get this clear to lay down, and 24, 25, 26 pounds almost wasn't enough to break it up. It looked good on my spray out, but you're going to see here in some upcoming clips that I end up putting a run or 2 or 4 in it. I thought I was putting out too much clear, and I have a nasty habit of pushing puddles with the Clearcoat and not cranking my air pressure up because I really hate the cloud. This gun is supposed to spray well at 16 to 20 pounds, which might work for Basecoat and real thin clears, but it doesn't work for this one. So you can see it's already getting foggy and the overspray isn't moving real quick, but it's not to the point where I can't see what I'm doing yet. With the clear, I always make sure to spray my offset inside the fender well or around a headlight opening, or you may even see me turn the gun from the hood back into the jam opening here at some point, and that's to make sure we get just a little bit of clear on that edge so that it's covered and I don't forget about it on the second coat. I also paint through wheel opening gaps. I don't spray around and follow the arch of it. I spray right through it and pretend basically like it's not even there, and that was taught to me to help with gun control and make sure you kind of do the same thing every time. The gun has to be perpendicular to that surface you're spraying. Notice also I'm probably 4 inches, 5 inches maximum away from this panel on this first coat. Now we're getting ready for the second coat, and per recommendations, there you go. You see me spraying inside that back edge a little bit to make sure by the hood that I have got clear on that. Even though I didn't have any base coat up there, I still go over those first just to make sure I don't forget them after spraying the whole panel. I'm speeding up on the second coat because this one I use slow activator and slow reducer, hoping for a better flow out, and also because I'd only sprayed this on the bumper cover for the van in the previous video. I wanted to make sure that once I got into some open playing field here that I didn't get too crazy and get it real orange peely. Now this van, the orange peel finish on it it's atrocious, and it's full of scratches on all the other panels, so for me to actually match this, I would have to take a wash mitt and stick it in a sandbox and then wash the whole vehicle, and then it would match. So we're not going to do that. I also don't show the driver's side of the van while I'm painting it, just because I didn't want to have to move the tripod around, but the other front fender is getting painted at the same time here. I also wet down the floors. Now there's not standing water on the floors, but it is damp. The entire floor is damp, and I go back and forth between doing this, and I know that it can cause problems with kicking the clear coat off too fast or isocyanate clumping, where it looks like you're putting trash in the panel, and that's from the moisture. But humidity was only like 20% this day. It was fairly cold, I believe. So with the heat running in the far end of the building opposite of my exhaust fan, it brought the humidity right at 40%, so it wasn't crazy. And like I said before, you'll actually see I put a couple of sags in it, so it wasn't tightening up the clear coat so fast from the humidity at this particular job and causing me any problems. Now you see me going over this, wetting it up because I couldn't see it very well even with my headlight on, and that's one of the areas I end up putting the run. It came right around the side, but at any rate, that's kind of how I do it, and you guys have heard me yak long enough, so I'm going to throw some music in here and let you listen to that until the next clip comes, so hang tight.
Alright guys and gals, well I'll let you learn from my mistakes. I thought I wasn't putting enough clear on it because it was looking a little textured, not bad. I mean average for a vehicle like this, but I was trying to see if I get it on a little slicker, and it turned out I just wasn't moving fast enough. I was putting on too much material. Because on my second coat I sped it up and just upped my overlap to about 75% overlap and sped it up, and it laid down nice for the most part, with the exception I gotta run. I don't know if the camera will even pick it up. It's coming down the edge of the door right there and right there, and I got it. You guys watched me do this when I double passed this, but I got one right there. A little something coming here, and I think it was this section in general. And as I recall, last time I painted this, I did the same thing. I had one right there. Front fenders came out nice. Just the right amount of texture in them. I'm happy with those. Except I got a little sagger right. Oh, come on, camera. You can see the tip of him there. Not very big, just an itty bitty one. Same thing over here. These are where you at? Think that'll focus? I don't know. Just a little bitty one over here. And the texture is perfect in these front two fenders. And it's really pretty excellent for first time overall use on that Euro 2020 clear. I'm sold. I just got to speed up my passes a little bit and don't do something stupid and double pass it, because you get runs in it. So, all right, there's today. We'll look at it again when it's time to buff it. Alright, I figured I'd give you a next day look at this thing. I've started putting stuff back together on it. Got the rocker cladding back on and the door molding. Door molding was bent for so long I can't get that edge to set down on it, but I don't know what else to do. Went around and blocked the runs a little bit on it, and you can see the light right there. I've got the infrared lamp on it, trying to cook it enough so that the runs don't show back up after I finish blocking and buffing them. But I'll talk a little bit about the condition of the paint on this vehicle. Now I've got some wax and grease remover right here. I think you guys can possibly see all the diagonal scratches in this thing and watermarks. Every panel has them. I talked about this before. I'm going to talk about it some more. See all the spotting and scratches on it? Maybe you can see them better up on the top here. Let's get some light. We went from the rear quarter on the driver's side. We're going down the door, the sliding door. Now, let's see. Yeah, I mean, you can see those scratches running that way. And then here's the door, and it doesn't look that bad because it's not shiny. It's actually rather dull. Let's try it going this way. Right up by the door handle there. Look at the scratches. Every panel. Passenger's door this way, the hood even. See those? I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm still thinking polyester primer got blocked, and those are 180 scratches. or somebody blocked regular 2K primer and bombed like 10 coats of 2K over this thing and blocked it before it was cured up, and it shrank. You don't notice it from 5 feet away, but man, you get up on it and you see it. Color match is okay. I was going to buff these doors where they butt up to the I don't know if you can pick that up or not. My tape looks like it left crepe marks in this door. And this paint's old. I mean, allegedly it's factory. There's no reason that should happen. It only sat on there overnight. Or maybe 2 days. Chunk of dirt in it right there. So yeah. So the panels that don't have all those scratches in them are the ones I repainted. I don't know. But at any rate, I'm going to get these blocked down and get this thing buffed and get it outside. And we're going to put some corrosion protection down in that dog leg panel and some inside the door. I really can't get my hand inside the door very well to put, I was going to put some epoxy on it, but I got to figure out how I'm going to do it. I've already, you won't be able to see it, but around the flange where the pinch weld is right there, I've got epoxy on the back of that, and I'm going to put some black, something black over it, whether it's flat black or something, just so you don't have to, you won't really see it, and there's no overspray down there, it's just dirt. But that's about it. I mean, I got the bumper back on, and I adjusted the hood a little bit and pulled the fenders out a little bit. Right here in this corner, these flag holders were rubbing the hood on both sides, so I did some adjusting on that so it's not rubbing them anymore, because there's little rust spots there. I'm going to touch with a little bit of touch-up paint. Yeah, this thing, I don't know what to say. The bumper came out sweet though, and I'm taking this video for you guys in 1080, so hopefully it'll be a little bit better quality and you can see things better. So I'm going to bring you guys back and show you after I've got it outside and got it all buffed up. Alright, here's the closer. She's all back together. Everything's nice. Repair turned out real nice down here. I'm especially proud of that. What I'm not too happy about, even though I sectioned this repair back about an inch away from the corner, man, is that door close. But it is what it is. The other side's the same way. But yeah, that's SPI Euro clear. This is off the gun. Not that you can see a damn thing. It's not very sunny out. Runs are all gone. So it was door, quarter panel, rust repair, and caved in damage on the door and cave in damage on the dog leg. Rusty stone chips on both front fenders for sure. This side I don't believe had a dent in it. Front bumper cover, this fender had 3 dents in it. One there, and one up here. But that's not buffed. The only spot that I buffed was where I put the runs in it. So I'm not going to tell you where they're at either, because you'll never find them. They came out sweet, clear polished, real nice. And bumper's real nice too. I'm not going to pan over by the license plate. So there you go. There she is. See you later, van.